I sent the following email dated 18/8/2020, which reads: Dear Mr. Lee, my request under was submitted initially by completing and posting the application form, which is dated 18/2/2020. I then telephoned on the 19/2/20 and spoke to Melissa. I now presume to be Melissa Cox, with regards to any fees charged for the request. It was also confirmed that my request had been delivered and signed for. I then received the following email from Melissa Cox on the 19/2/2020 acknowledging receipt of my request. Dear Mr. Glasgow, Data Protection Act 2018. I acknowledge receipt of your application for information that may be held about you which is receiving attention. Please note that the police service, in common with all other users of computers, is required to supply the information within 30 days of receiving such a request. Yours sincerely, Melissa Cox. I then responded to the acknowledgement on the 19/2/2020 with below email. Dear Miss Cox, thank you for acknowledging receipt of my application. Would you please ensure the audio is not removed and supplied intact and in sequence? Kind regards, Martin Glasgow. Why is this missing in your below email? There were 4 separate instances on different dates specified which were visited the enquiry desk at the Chesterfield police station. The number of times I attended the enquiry desk during the visit to the police station is not a request for clips. In your below email you state, on 30 March 2020 you responded to Miss Cox stating that some footage was missing, notably where you were wearing a black Carrymore raincoat. Clarification was sought from you, and as a consequence 2 further clips were supplied, albeit redacted, on 29 April 2020, namely 11:02:20 clip 1 and 11:02:20 clip 2. In this respect, I am of the view that all CCTV clips held re you have been disclosed as requested. My request was never for clips. It was for a continuation of when I entered the police station to when I left, as per the email dated 19/2/2020 in sequence. It was on the 28th March 2020 that I emailed Miss Cox stating that some footage was missing, which included the following. Dear Miss Cox, thank you for the footage which I received today, the 28th of March 2020. Unfortunately, there seems to be some mix-up in that there's some missing footage where I attended the Chesterfield police station wearing my black Carrymore raincoat, of which you have the details contained in my application. Furthermore, there is no expectation of anonymity in public places. Therefore, I would appreciate that you would supply the entirety of my attendances continuously without interruption or gaps, not edited, from when I first visually entered the police station, including the time I spent waiting around to when I exited. I was rarely, if ever, not outside the recording perimeter of the camera. Due to there not being any expectation of anonymity in public places, I request that there be no blanking out in order to substantiate there being no expectation of anonymity in public places. I have attached 2 PDF files. 1. Metropolitan Police Photography Advice. 2. ACPO Police Photography Guidance. I hope the above clarifies and addresses any misunderstandings. If I can be of any further assistance, please do not hesitate to contact me. Kind regards, Martin Glasgow. The clips would have not been disclosed if I hadn't contacted Miss Cox stating that some footage was missing. Therefore, in this respect, I am of the view that all CCTV held was not disclosed as requested. Which part of therefore I would appreciate that you would supply the entirety of my attendances continuously without interruption or gaps not edited from when I first visually entered the police station, including the time I spent waiting around to when I exited. I was rarely, if ever, not outside the recording perimeter of the camera. Does your department not understand? In your email below you state, I am more than confident that the overall level of disclosure and accompanying rationale, in my opinion, more than negates this somewhat speculative assertion. How could any of it be speculative assertion, taking into account the correspondence, emails, the deception used to not supply in continuation and with what your department has disclosed? Your opinion doesn't negate anything. What it does is to substantiate that you have deliberately tried misleading tactics in selectively excluding material fact that does not support your irrational opinion. Lastly, you state, clearly on this occasion I am sorry to say that we will be unable to resolve the issues to your satisfaction and would advise that you contact the ICO at your convenience. Clearly an admittal that every possible means was used in order not to supply the requested information in the format required. The evidence speaks for itself. I have been repeatedly told that there is no audio recorded at the inquiry desk, which is untrue. As being an operational policing area, there would need to be audio in case of an incident to ascertain what was said. Where there is a camera, there is a microphone. This can be confirmed on the 3 February 2020 recording with 9378 Nancy Ballington saying she would write what I was telling her. Then, when I asked her for a copy of the recording, she said that she not written anything of what I had told her. With 9378 Nancy Ballington on the 3 February 2020 not writing anything of what I had told her, then it must be audio recorded along with the video footage. 9378 Nancy Ballington also told me on the 3 February 2020 that there was no cameras recording the enquiry area. Kind regards, Martin Glasgow.